Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. Fellowship of the Clouds. Yeah, I did a video yesterday, and that was all I got done yesterday. I didn't do hardly anything yesterday. Stayed in the bed most of the day. And it wasn't necessarily because I was sick anymore. I went through several days from starting last week with a cough for a couple of days, and then after I got rid of the cough, my body ached for a couple of days. So I spent a lot of downtime, about 4 or 5 days, just taking medicine and drinking a lot of chamomile tea and staying in the bed and resting. And I was getting a lot more sleep than I normally get on any given time of the month or day or whatever year. And then it seemed like Christmas Day. Christmas Day was kind of nasty here. It was wet and cold, not real bad cold, but it was wet and damp and just there. And I could tell that something wasn't quite right in my head. I think all the extra sleep and rest that I was giving myself from being sick, and plus I think an accumulation of taking so much of the, different type of cold medicine over a period of days and just sleeping a lot, it affected me in a manner that I got down a little bit. And so Christmas, I didn't really do anything. I didn't have much of a Christmas. I mean, it's just, but I did I messaged my sister, and she said they were all sick there. So they didn't have they had an event or had a gathering, but everybody was kind of sickly and some had to leave early and stuff like that. But I think then yesterday it hit me the worst as far as being down. I'm a little blue. I'd say a little depressed maybe. And it's starting to occur to me, maybe subconsciously somewhere, my brain is thinking about Saturday, which is my arrival date, my birth date, the anniversary of the day that I was born into the world. And maybe subconsciously somewhere, my brain is thinking about it and thinking, you're going to be 50 years old, 50 Earth years old. And, is everything you're doing worth it or not? And I want to say it is worth it. Everything I'm trying to do anyway. But I did a lot of praying yesterday, and while I was feeling the way I felt. So this morning I'm up. I've been up for a little while, and I'm going to attempt to I'm not going to, I don't really need no medicine today or anything. I think the physical aspect of the sickness is over. For the most part, I still got a little congestion in my chest, but what I'm dealing with is trying to get myself out of a funk. So this morning I've gotten up, I've called a friend and talked to him for a little bit. That helped me. I've started washing some dishes, which when I get done with this video and start uploading this video again, I will get back onto the dishes, and and then there's some sweeping and mopping and stuff I need to do. There's been several days that I've slacked on doing anything just because of the way I felt physically. But let me tell you though, just so much downtime has ruined me over the past few days. I got out of my routine, and then I kind of got too far into the thoughts, and I really wasn't thinking about nothing bad. It's just, I don't know what it is, but getting up this morning and walking the dog and doing a few dishes already and talk to somebody and not laying in the bed till late into the day is going to help me feel better, I think. I'm already feeling a little better. I've read this one. This is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's going to be number 41, and it's all small stuff. Avoid weatherproofing. I'm going to use my glasses today just so that I don't have to squint. It says avoid weatherproofing. The idea of weatherproofing as it pertains to peaceful living is a metaphor to explain one of our most neurotic, ungrateful tendencies. It comes from a friend of mine, Dr. George Pransky. Just as we can weatherproof a home for the winter by looking for cracks, leaks, and imperfections, we can also weatherproof our relationships. even our lives, by doing the very same thing. Essentially, weatherproofing means that you are on the careful lookout for what needs to be fixed or repaired. It's finding the cracks and flaws of life and either trying to fix them or at least point them out to others. Not only does this tendency alienate you from other people, it makes you feel bad too. It encourages you to think about what's wrong with everything and everyone, what you don't like. So rather than appreciating our relationships and our lives, weatherproofing encourages us to end up thinking that life isn't all it's cracked up to be. Nothing is ever good enough the way it is. In our relationships, weatherproofing typically plays itself out like this. You meet someone and all is well. You are attracted to his or her appearance, personality, intellect, sense of humor, or some combination of these traits. Initially, you not only approve of your differences with this person, you actually appreciate them. You might even be attracted to the person in part because of how different you are. You have different opinions, preferences, tastes, and priorities. After a while, however, you begin to notice little quirks about your new partner or friend, teacher, whoever, that you feel could be improved upon. You bring it to their attention. You might say, you sure have a tendency to be late, or I've noticed you don't read very much. The point is, you've begun what inevitably turns into a way of life, looking for and thinking about what you don't like about someone or something that isn't quite right. Obviously, an occasional comment, constructive criticism, or helpful guidance isn't cause for alarm. I have to say, however, that in the course of working with hundreds of couples over the years, I've met very few people who didn't feel that they were weatherproofed at times by their partner. Excuse me. Occasional harmless comments have an insidious tendency to become a way of looking at life. When you are weatherproofing another human being, it says nothing about them, but it does define you as someone who needs to be critical. Whether you have a tendency to weatherproof your relationships, certain aspects of your life, or both, what you need to do is write off weatherproofing as a bad idea. As the habit creeps into your thinking, catch yourself and seal your lips. The less often you weatherproof your partner or your friends, the more you'll notice how super your life really is. And I think I just realized when I read it earlier, I didn't think this, but I just came to the end here thinking it's kind of like, I guess instead of trying to be don't be so nitpicky maybe. Sometimes we can find flaws in all sorts of things, and there's going to be flaws and quirks and things that maybe aren't quite. I could trim my little mustache there, but yeah, I think that's good though. Like trying not to intentionally look for every mistake or error someone or something, and whatever it is that you're looking at into. Trying to not see so much of the downside of things. Like, that's easier said than done sometimes. But I think that's where I'm at this morning is just I'm having to tune myself back into trying to see the beauty of life. I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm okay. It's not as bad as it might have seemed yesterday when I was laying in the bed and feeling a little down. It might not be, it's not as bad as I thought the other day on Christmas. I didn't really think nothing bad. I just was in a funk, a bad place. That's really annoying me. I hope that my hair over my lip doesn't bother y'all. I'm going to have to trim that. But I don't really know what else to say other than that I'm still in just kind of I'm coming up out of the funk this morning, and I hope to move forward into the day with a better attitude and try to get my brain fog out, cleared up. But if later in the day I'm feeling like something's moving and I come up with an idea or want to share something, I may do another video, but I'm not sure yet about all that. I've got several things I need to be taken care of. I might get paid tomorrow, so I want to be able to mail out this action figure that someone won off of Instagram that I gave away. I've got their address and everything. I said yesterday I was going to try to get that boxed up and ready to go, and I didn't really. Like I said, I didn't do anything yesterday. I started to see about doing dishes yesterday and just opted out of it, and now I'm doing that today. So anyway, until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud here, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. Ditto.